Want to learn how to run your own social media marketing agency? Stay tuned in this video, and we're going to go through a live case study with an actual campaign, step by step, with one of my superstar students, Josh Smith, 23 years old, out of Australia. And his goal right now is to generate income to become location independent, to go out to Brazil. He's so serious about this that he's taking Portuguese lessons, and he is, putting all his resources into developing this knowledge, and he's taking all of his time to go after business owners. Every single day, Josh is contacting a minimum of 60 business owners and taking action. And with that action, it's landed him a few results. One of those results is what we're going to go through right now, which is an actual campaign for a pizza restaurant. And this is going to be an opportunity for us to demonstrate our value, for us to show our clients some results, and to really get our business in front of the right people to help them out. So without further ado, I want to introduce Josh Smith very quickly and get into the training. So Josh, what up?
Hey man, how's it going?
It's going good. Tell everybody, this is your second week in your agency, man. How's it been so far?
Yeah, it's been good. It's been very hectic, very busy, but I'm loving every minute of it. And I'm learning so much, and yeah, it's going so good. I can't wait to learn more.
Awesome, man. Awesome. So cool. We're now walking through a campaign. You got this business owner reaching out to them through social media. You went through the sales call, went through the whole sales process. You finally made it to the next step. I find a lot of videos and a lot of instructions are there on how to get the deal and do, whatever, but not really, people don't really get too technical, and this is going to be a very technical training. So we had about maybe an hour and a half discussion on this ad previous to this, and we're not going to do some final tweaks, but there's a lot of things that we did to get to this place. Josh did a very good job of using a lot of the fundamentals in my programs and my concepts to be able to get a very effective ad. So first and foremost, for this particular ad, this is a $5 per day budget. And this is kind of like a trial. People are going to see, okay, or the business owner is going to see, okay, can this guy get us some results? They don't know. So what we're going to do is we're going to give them the most bang for their money. And what I find helps me for my trials and people that I'm trying to do business with me. And I don't promise them the moon, but I say, look, give me $5 per day. Let me prove to you what I can do and show you the way that I approach marketing. And I approach the qualified people, so I'm not wasting my time. We have found a qualified person. And to make the most out of my budget, I like video views. I'm getting my video views through very precise targeting, which I am going to cover in this video. By the way, if you do like this, make sure you like this, comment, subscribe, follow, and share this out. Let people know this value is out there. So I like video views because it gets your videos or your cost per view down. So on to the next step, we go build up the audience. So show us the next part of the ad, Mr. Josh.
Okay. Just waiting for the ad.
We are in Australia. This is a local pizza restaurant. And what Josh did is he put the address of the pizza restaurant into Facebook, as you can see right there. And we did an ad for 6 miles around that. I want you guys to see over on the right, if you can, is the potential reach of this is 150,000 people. A lot of people want to create campaigns for multi-million dollar or multi-million audience, people, size audiences. And that's cool and everything, but if you're only using $5 a day, that's kind of too big. And I'd rather have a very specific and targeted audience, which we're actually going to get down even further in this video, as you guys are going to see here live. So I do like that right now. Another thing Josh did is he communicated with the business owner, and the business owner said, hey, people 25 to 35 come into our business. And you're going to get a lot of clients who say, you know what, my target client is this, and blah, blah, blah. And we only work with these kinds of people. And that's great. That's the only kind of people that they're working with right now. But when business owners engage us as either consultants or agencies, our business can provide them completely cold, dead traffic and turn them into raving fans with the techniques I'm about to cover in this video. So let them know that and convey that to your clients. I find a lot of people really don't show their value or convey their value and position themselves as an expert or as somebody that can really help their business. And maybe if you're watching this video, you might be thinking, well, I don't know how to do this. I'm not an expert at that. You are. If you're watching this video, you know more than 99.9% of people, and business owners would pay you for the knowledge that you already have and that you're going to get in these types of instructional videos. So, back to this ad, Josh said the business owner said that people 25 to 35 come into his location, and that's great. That's what come in now. But we're going to bring in cold traffic that we can handpick. So Josh, because he listened to his business owner and he wanted to be a really good, contractor or freelancer or agency with his business owner, he just did what the business owner said. And here's where we have to put on our consultant hat and say, look, I know this is what you want, but what you need is you need data. We're coming to Facebook with a very limited but very, very targeted budget. I want to see what sticks. So instead of 40, Josh, let's go ahead and go to 65. And the reason that I like to have a bigger ad, or I'm sorry, a wide net when I first get started is because I don't know if women who are 65 or men who are 65 plus are going to like this stuff. What I do know is that all of us millennials and, generation, Z or whatever we're on right now, I know everybody's posting stuff on Facebook, and all the grandmas and grandpas are downloading Facebook for the very first time to be able to watch live streams, to be able to see grandkids they've never met, and to be connected. So I want to see how many people that we can reach, and the data that I'm going to get for very, very low cost. Our budget's only $5 a day. For $5 a day, I'm going to see if that is a market that we should go after. Maybe he's right. Maybe our business owner is straight up, look, this is only people that buy our pizza. And maybe he's right, but we won't know, and we would be doing our client a disservice if they did not at least attempt this to him, and we can show that data to him. So perfect. We got all men and women, because men and women both eat, and everybody loves pizza. We're doing this in English, which is great. Go ahead and scroll down, Mr. Josh. And here's where we have all the pieces together, but we've got to arrange them differently. So, and this is where I find that most marketers could improve. Not only improve, could convert for their clients, because this is getting a very specific audience out into Facebook, which is great. And it's an audience of about 200,000 people. I want to narrow that down and do a bunch of different things. But so here's what we're doing. We're trying to sell pizza and get people to download an app. So the campaign for this, or the goal for this campaign, is to download an app. Let me tell you something, guys. Our budget's only $5 a day. To get people to click that download button on the download app campaign on Facebook, on average for a food restaurant, is going to cost you anywhere from about $4 to $8 for them to click on that. Guess what? I don't have $8, so I got to get creative. And what I did is I'm making a video ad that has a very strong call to action that's using small techniques and really powerful techniques like emoji marketing, video marketing, retargeting, and specific detail targeting right here that I'm about to show you guys in order to maximize the marketing dollars for my clients and say, look, this is what I did with $5. Give me $5,000 a month. Let me show you what I can do with $5,000. And that's going to be able to get clients to pay you that higher level stuff. I'm really tired of a lot of people who are professionals coming to the marketplace and offering their services for anything less than $2,000 a month. There's no way you can serve your clients with anything less than that. And maybe that's just me. Maybe I like fancy stuff, but I think it's the truth. And I think a lot of people agree with me, because you can't come to the marketplace and be sustainable at $500 or $750 or $1,000 a month. Raise your prices, everybody, and here's how you do that. So Josh, right now we have a bunch of delivery apps like Deliveroo, Foodora, Food Panda, Homelog, online food ordering. So what Josh did is he got people who like apps, got people who like restaurants and pizza, and he just told Facebook's there, and he got, even apps like Uber and Zomato, they're tech savvy, they like food and food centric. So this is great. And what we need to do is we need to segment this. So Josh, if you scroll down just a little bit on the actual page, you're going to see something that says narrow audience. So what we want to do is we want to cast a net and then whittle down from there. So the first net that I want to cast is the net of pizza. So I want you to delete all of these except for the ones that have pizza or restaurants. I want to let Facebook know that I'm looking for everybody looking for pizza or food. So delete all of the apps, delete all the delivery stuff, and we're going to add those in a little bit later. And if you give me 1 second, Josh, I'm going to grab my charger. And while Josh does this, I'm going to hit pause on the training so you guys will catch up when we're back. All right, guys, welcome back. Josh and I just spent a few minutes doing some research, and what we did is we targeted everybody who liked Italian restaurants and pizza. And we basically went until we couldn't expand the audience anymore. And right now we have a potential reach of 110 10,000 people. Now, again, lots of people are used to seeing these videos with like millions of people. Literally, in this moment, I want you to imagine 110,000 people. When Beyonce comes to a show, she's performing for 110,000 people. When the Dallas Cowboys play in my home state, the great state of Texas, they play in front of 110,000 people. That's a lot of people. And these people are all interested in our product, which is pizza. But that being said, we only have $5 left, so we need to market or target this so much more. And here's where we start to get into ninja marketing. And if you've watched this far enough, I want to reward you with an industry secret that most people don't do when they market anything on Facebook. So Josh, you had all the pieces in place, but now we're going to put them in order. So the first piece you had right was the pizza owners now, or the pizza lovers and the Italian lovers. Now go ahead and click on narrow audience down below, right over there. And so we've told Facebook, okay, you found us 110,000 people that like pizza, and we want to find, of those 110,000 people, which one of those people like or use apps? Which one of these people are more likely to have or interested in apps? So now we're going to put some of the food delivery apps that are in the Australian area and then worldwide, of course. And also, instead of just food apps, I'd like to have apps in general. Like Uber does Uber Eats, and I like to include Uber on there. You know, Groupon, that's a great one. People who like Groupon are typically into deals, and they like to take action. So look at that real quick. He just put menu log on there, and over to the far right, the audience went down from 100,000 to 4,300 people. We could stop our ad right here, and this would be a decent ad. Our budget of $5 per day, and Facebook knows it too, because earlier when we had a wider audience, Facebook was giving us anywhere from about 700 to about 2,000 people because it was such a wide audience for our budget. But because we're going very, very specific, Facebook's like, okay, now you're kind of using our technology, and we want to make sure that we're getting the most bang for our buck from you. And they narrowed that down. So if you see right there where it says estimated daily results, it went down severely. But that's not a bad thing. That's a very, very targeted thing out there. So just so we can see the example, can you click on the X on menu log and see how much it jumps up? So we click on the X, and it goes up to 110,000 people. Perfect. Yeah, my numbers were off a little bit. So it went up to 110,000 people, and it's going in front of 430 to 1,700 people. So, you know, let's narrow this down, and I'm going to hit pause as Josh and I go through some research and our process, and we're going to start adding some targeting here. All right, guys, we are back. We did some precise targeting. And so, again, we are taking people who like pizza and who also like, and scroll down, Josh, who also like food delivery apps that already are, you know, taking people's money, like, you know, Amazon, Lyft, Uber, Airbnb, places where people already have their credit card stored and are very likely to engage in these type of behaviors of using apps. So our goal here is to download an app. Now, if you look over to the right, our audience went down from 110,000, which a lot of people maybe thought was a little small, to 47,000 people, which a lot of people might be like, there's no way you're going to get results from that. But I remind you, 50,000 people is a lot of people. We have a small budget of $5 a day, and those 50,000 people all live in an area. So this is where I always niche down 4 levels. In any particular campaign, in order to maximize the results and the marketing dollars or the resources of yourself or any of your clients, I always recommend to niche down 4 levels. So let's see how we did that. First, we marketed only to people that are in Australia within 6 miles around this area. And then we marketed to people of a certain age demographic, which in this case is 18 to 65. Then we market to everybody who likes pizza in that area, who's within that age parameter, and then everybody who's already using or has shown interest into apps that are more likely to you know, convert and use our application. So 47,000 people that are very, very targeted is a great ad. And our budget is going to get us in between, or get us in front of in between 500 to 1,500 people, which means at the end of a week, we are going to have anywhere from 3,500 to about 9,000 or 10,000 people that we can collect data from and then take that to our business owner and say, hey, this is how the results have performed. This is what our recommendations are, and then tweak and optimize from that. The first 5 to 7 days of any ad that I run, I always drop $5 per day, no matter who the client is, just to get data and to get information. So Josh, go ahead and scroll down just a little bit. And then scroll down a little bit more. And so this is where we did our placements. We're not going to cover that here, but Josh and I did spend a lot of time on this. We are targeting mobile only because this is an app that we want people to download directly on their phone. So go ahead and scroll down. Keep scrolling down. We have our $5 per budget. It's only there for 7 days. Now here is where Facebook really likes to take our money, and Facebook wants to scroll down just a little bit more. So Facebook wants to make their business profitable. So right there where it says when you get charged, very important. Almost every business owner should take note of this. When you get charged, go ahead and click on that. In order to get my cost down to a penny for my video views, I always make or have it to where when people charge me, or when Facebook charges me, it's that 10-second video view. So go ahead and click on that. And that is going to save ourselves and our clients a lot more money. So if somebody watches 3 seconds, they won't get charged. If somebody watches 7 seconds, they won't get charged. But if somebody watches 10 seconds or more, you will get charged. And at least you know somebody spent some time looking at your ad. So go ahead and scroll down just a little bit more. And go on to the next spot. Now we're getting into the ad itself. Scroll down. And we decided to do a slideshow. And the reason we wanted to do that is because the client didn't have any videos that were high quality. Even the pictures that the client had of their food were like taken on a camera phone. So what we did is we went to a bunch of free high resolution sources. We made sure that they were free so we don't get any copyright violations, get our client's account banned, anything like that. So these are royalty free photos. We put about 4 or 5 of them in place to make a total of 12 seconds on a slideshow. And can you hit play? Is that something that we can see? If not, totally cool.
It wasn't.
Oh, there it goes. Yeah. So that's what it looks like. So imagine if you're hungry, somebody hits play or it automatically plays. And that's what pops up. And so we're still going to do some tweaks to that video. What we're going to do is we're going to put a call to action at the very end that says download now. And then as the video is playing, I want to have something that says download our app now, download our app now. Have a very strong call to action and just put it in front of the right people. So go ahead and keep scrolling down. Now, here's the actual text for the ad. For a lot of you guys who follow my stuff, I absolutely love emoji marketing. And if you're interested in more emoji marketing, go to bit.ly/Salas emojis. That's an article of mine that went viral on the Huffington Post that gives you a guideline and an introduction on how to use emojis in your marketing. It does make a lot of difference. And when someone is scrolling on their phone at the airport, wherever they are, this emoji is going to do what's called a pattern interrupt. And it's going to get people to take like a split second to look at your ad, and that split second is like a salesman putting his foot in the door, and now you have a shot. Whatever you say next kind of goes from there. So here we use some NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, when it comes to our copywriting to get people to take a specific action. So we're not going to cover that. It's a little too advanced for this training, but this is something that we did do. Now, here's where we're doing a general ad to everybody, and we've only got $5 a day, so we're kind of doing what we can. So there's 2 apps. We put the Android and the iPhone right there. So we put the Apple iPhone emoji in front of the iPhone text. The little finger emoji, always like, it's just like a human being says, hey, click on this. So instead of an arrow, it's an actual human hand that humanizes your ad. And it's not like an ad on Facebook. It's a person or a business owner say, hey, if you would like this, here's how you take action. So we do have both of those going live. The goal for the business owner is that they want to see more app installs. Now, there's a few things that we're going to do here because right now we don't have a strong enough offer, especially for $5 per day, to be able to get our app downloaded. So what we need to do is create an irresistible offer. Now, an irresistible offer is something that is super, super deep down in my tool of secrets. So if you're finding value in this video, make sure you like this, make sure you share this, make sure you comment down below, because I'm going to give you guys some gold here. An irresistible offer is something that is better than a good offer. This is a good offer we have. Order on our app now to get a $5 welcome credit, a 5% loyalty discount, and tasty specials. That's great. That's a good, even a great offer. 5% for life. That's awesome. I love that. But it's not irresistible. I wouldn't think twice about that offer. I wouldn't go to my home screen and delete all of my selfies or my other apps just to make room for that application. But I asked my friend Josh here, my superstar student over here, I was like, Josh, what do you think would make somebody be compelled to take action and to delete their best selfie on their phone, to delete their favorite application just to make room for this application on their phone? And Josh came up with, what'd you come up with, Josh?
A free pizza.
That's it, guys. A free pizza. Now, a lot of people maybe who haven't been in the restaurant business or maybe experienced working with restaurant owners, you might think a business owner, and maybe even people who have, you might think a business owner is like, there's no way I'm giving away free pizza. There's no way. Then here's where you have to sit down with your client and just consult them and say, look, you're the boss. I'll do whatever you want, but it's my job as the person handling your marketing to advise you and give you the best counsel. And if you want the best results, and if your goal really is to get more app installs, this is how to do it. Give them a free pizza. And they're like, but pizza costs money and blah, blah, blah. And then I'm going to tell them with this. Look, I am giving you people who are going to download their app. They'll download your app to their phone. You can now send them push notifications for free, for life, until however long they have that app on their phone, which means if you have a special going on and you're low on sales, you need to make payroll or something, you can send out one push notification through your app and give it to your user base of apps users and say, hey, you know, when you get a text and the little notification comes down, you can put your business right there. It says, hey, would you want to get a buy one, get one free pizza deal? And then boom, people can click on that. And now you guys can go out there. If there's a big soccer game or a football match or something, and that's coming on in about an hour, big game coming on, get your order in now, boom, just a little subtle tap. Hey, want to remind you about our services here. So you're not only giving that opportunity for the cost of one pizza, but it goes further than that. You now get their name, you get their email, you get their phone number, and you get their address. You get all of that information for the cost of one pizza. So then you want to flip it over back to your client and say, hey, Mr. or Mrs. Business Owner, you now have this opportunity to acquire a client for the cost of the pizza and a few dollars on Facebook's per day. What is your average cost per lead? What is your average cost to acquire a lifetime customer? Someone's going to come to your business and order a few times a month, a few times a week, from your business. What does that cost? If they're doing radio, print, TV, billboards, anything like that, there's no way that they can compete with what you're offering them. And if they don't like that, you don't want to be doing business with that guy. This guy doesn't value what you have to offer him, and move on to the next person where you can share on this other stuff. So what we're going to do is, because they are the boss, we do have to go back and get the approval for that, but that'll be the tweak for that. And I can definitely see that ad, which is going in front of 500 to 1,500 people a day for the next week, giving him a bump in app downloads. And now that business owner is going to say, yo, Josh, what else can you do? And then Josh is going to pull a Mr. Byrne and say, step into my office. And then they can talk business. And now Josh is going to come from a place of authority. He's going to already have results. And basically the business owner is going to say, how much is your rate? How much is this going to cost me? I need this. And that's how you close business. So there are a few other tweaks here and there that we're going to do, but that's the majority of this ad. We will keep you guys posted on Josh's progress. If you're somebody who's interested in receiving this type of coaching, Josh is in one of my programs, and he is doing very, very well. And I always work with people that are constantly pushing the bar and getting themselves out there. If you notice, it's 3:00 in the morning in Sydney, and Josh is still up, learning, soaking this stuff up. He loves this. And I'm going to have him, sign off with this and sign off the video, but and plug his business so you guys can follow him and follow his success. But if you guys like this, make sure you share this out. If you found value, make sure you share this out. Leave me a like. Leave me a comment. If you have any questions for me, leave me a question. And if you would like to have more information on any of my products or services or consulting, go ahead and go to my Facebook page at Talented Mr. Salas and send me a message. But Josh, what do you got to say to everybody looking to do this as a living?
Well, if you want to stop wasting time searching hours and hours for information, and you just want the right information in front of you, definitely hit up Frank. Like he's like just changed the game for me already. Like it's only been what 2 weeks we've been working together, and I've already gained so much value. And I feel like I actually have proper direction now. So if you're interested in like doing this, definitely hit up Frank. I feel like I'm gonna keep producing results and get better and better, and just keep learning more and more. And that's gonna keep me motivated and keep me going. So yeah, if you're definitely interested in this type of thing, definitely hit up Frank. He provides the goods for you. That's for sure. That's for sure.
Awesome, Josh. Hey, appreciate the shout out. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you guys later.